Welcome to High Oracle Reiki Spiritual Healing Channel. So I wanted to give you, some kind of idea of what the cohesiveness means, why it is a spiritual defense, why it is necessary, and why without it we are divided, our finances are divided. We should be able to come together, because the first thing that I'm going to tell you is when it comes to spiritual healing, those people, there are people in our society that are under attack, and the methods that they are using to heal these types of attacks, they're not working for them, because the people, the spiritual healing methods is not in the medical field, is not in the psychiatrists that they have. It's not with those people who treat you at pain management. They do not have the spiritual healing method. They have methods derived from the herbs and the roots. They have methods that are derived from the plants. Okay, so this is what they have taken from us in order to heal, but they've never been able to break into the spiritual healing the way that Black people own that. So this is what we own as a culture, as a race. This is what, our parents, they were trying to get our parents and our ancestors to teach them this type of knowledge, the spiritual based knowledge that was given to us, through the lineage. And so for a lot of these people that do not have this knowledge outside of the Black culture, then they are trying to tap in, and we are going to make sure that they stay out. They have to pay for, pay what they weigh, pay for the knowledge that they get. Okay, so this is the understanding. A lot of you are the Ark of the Covenant. When we come together, when we spiritually come together, these people cannot attack us financially. They cannot attack us spiritually. They cannot attack our children, because there is the strength that we have, the power that we hold, in order to direct it at whatever threatens us is the disintegrator. It's going to, shred that negative energy, right where they stand at. So coming together as a collective is a weapon. We are the weapon. We are the understanding that spiritual healing is a cleansing mechanism in order to remove the financial burdens and constraints that have been attacking us, that have been sent to us. And so, I wanted to give you a little story of how I know this is because, I'm one of those persons that I like to operate by myself. I'm really embarrassed to tell you guys certain things that, I'm allergic to, the housing. I was very embarrassed, but I had no choice because, I didn't want the people to misunderstand. So let's have a conversation that, I understand that a lot of you are going through some things in your life without jobs, without this, without that. And we have to understand that we have to use and compile our powers together. And this is what I used to do when I was in the haberdashery, when I was in my own house, when I was running my business. Those like-minded men and women, we would come together and get the job done. And a lot of them lived with me for many years, and they had a good time. And we would, have our own, parties. And whenever one of them, got a new wife or a new husband, we would have a party. Those types of things. Whenever one of them had a new baby, we would have a party. So for me, I was always one of those persons that I was attracted to people, but it did not make a difference to me, whether I had people around me or not, because I knew that I could, move forward on my own. So, and many times when I was by myself, I would come up with the best ideas. I would have my chemistry set. I would have, I would make my tinctures. I would make my oils infused with different kinds of herbs. I would have my own way of making my own facials, my own body rubs, my own tinctures, and different types of tinctures with, rubbing alcohol, with, vodka. And so that's why I needed, the chemistry set. So I would also, have my mixing bowl, so that, I could mash up different kinds of herbs and things of that nature, different types of things. So when you get to a space where you know that you are the Ark of the Covenant, where you know that you are the disintegrator, then you're able to come together with people in harmony. You're not worried about who has more than you, who has a better blessing, who has a better car, a better man. When you understand that the housings that they are going to sell us, that they're going to give to our young people, our children, and let us inhale something that is a biohazard in the air from these apartments, these housings, before 1971, built before 1975 as well. That they have lead, that they have, biohazardous chemicals in it. And when you are allergic to those types of things, then you automatically understand, how to use, different types of herbs and methods in order to heal these types of situations. You automatically know that your body is a portal that, sort of like a weather vane, that you can feel negative energy coming off of places, coming off of things. And, I wanted us to imagine a lot of us being very sensitive to evil, negative energy, being able to disintegrate negative energy, being able to identify where the negative energy, not only within our families, but within society, where it is coming from, and address it. So, we have to make sure that we are identifying these types of oppressive spirits up on the land, the oppressive people who have sent those negative energies, those landlords, those people who do not want us to come together in society. We have to identify these types of men and women who have been inserted to cause chaos and disaster in society, to send and hire negative spirits upon us. And that negative energy has to be cleansed. And this is the point that we have to come together, because we are the money. We are the weapon. We are, the healing force in society. We are the healing force that removes that negative energy from other cultures and point that out. I don't want you near me. Stay over there with that extra. So we have this understanding that when we are the Ark of the Covenant, that we are a weapon, a force to be reckoned with. When we are together, it is better that we can create our society. And, at this point, we will be able to come up with, that mastermind way of doing things, protecting ourselves from negative energy, protecting our children, educating our children with what we want, as the syllabus, in the school system, the education system, the food that we're going to eat, those types of things. It is imperative for us as the collective to come together and to address those types of issues, and remove the rhetoric of these holidays, and stop trying to look at the past, at what the ancients have given us, and create our own. We are the weapon, and we can break down these stereotypes and these beliefs, these types of attacks that have been up on our mothers and fathers. We can break those down, and we can start anew and renew our minds, our bodies, renew our blessings, renew our covenant, and we just have to repent and turn back to God. So I hope that you receive this message. Please like, share, and subscribe to me over all of my platforms. You can book your one-on-one life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. Donate to my channel. I'm High Oracle Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.